Thanks for tuning in to OPM Live, where the ordinary is the extraordinary. And OPM Live is an extension of Ordinary Magazine. I do hope that your week was great and that you accomplished everything that you set out to accomplish. If not, there's always another day. And if you feel like you want to take a leap of faith, doing something brand new, go ahead, take the leap. Take the leap. And in any case, I am so happy, very happy that you all decide to join us today. And today we have an awesome guest, Miss Cheryl Williamson. We're so happy to have her with us today. And we're looking forward to hearing from her, the things that she has accomplished, what she got going on, and just all the ins and outs. But before we get to that part, let's give our sponsors a great shout out. And our sponsors are Vimashi Enterprise, Southern Eagle Music Group, Issa Rae's Vision, and Gemstones and Trinkets. And so with that being said, we are going to bring in our guest. Give me a moment. Hello. Oh, there we go. Hello. How are you today?
I am doing absolutely fantastic, excited. I was sitting backstage waiting and listening to you, and I'm so excited about what God is doing in this season in our lives. And I thank you, my sister, for allowing me the privilege to be on with you today. I am absolutely honored.
It is actually our privilege. It's a privilege for us. But let's ask a few questions. First of all, if you could share just a little bit about yourself and what do you have going on at this time?
Absolutely. My name is Cheryl Polote Williamson. I'm an award-winning author, best-selling author of almost 16 books. I am an award-winning executive producer of stage play. I am a filmmaker, and I love God. I have an amazing nonprofit, Soul Reborn, where I'm uplifting and empowering and enriching the lives of women through teaching them generational wealth and how to dress for success and how to get to that next level, how to be comfortable, how to be okay with not being okay. And I'm excited about life. I'm excited about uplifting women because that's what I do. That's who I am.
Wow, you are a busy person. You have many hats, many hats. So tell us about your nonprofit organization and those that you serve.
Absolutely. So Soul Reborn was established 4 years ago in order to help women renew their souls, women who may have been hurt through abuse or disloyal friends, whatever that is, we have something that can help them. And this spoke to my heart because I realized that when we can get rid of past hurts and pains, then we can be everything that God is calling us to be. So Soul Reborn actually puts on seminars. We have apartment buildings actually that we're in right now virtually. We were going in live, and I would have people come in and teach credit repair, home buying, how to dress for success, how to interview, all of the skills that we need in order to have the life that we want to have. As a result of COVID, I actually took a pivot, and I was praying one day and I said, Lord, I can't go into the buildings. They've limited contact. What do you want me to do? And he said, Cheryl, I want you to feed 1,000, provide meals for 1,000 frontline and essential workers. So I said, well, how do I do that? Show me what you want me to do. So I actually partnered with a caterer because I realized not only did I want to feed frontline and essential workers, I wanted to help businesses, especially women-owned businesses, thrive and stay open. So I'm not saying that I was the one to keep her open. However, we have been contributors. So I hired Southern Best Catering, which is a woman-owned company, to partner with me to fix nutritious meals. So it's not about delivering pizza and a sandwich. We actually have a full course meal with dessert, drinks, anything you can think of, and it's fresh cooked, individually packaged, and we deliver it to frontline workers and essential workers. And you may be asking, well, who is that? That's doctors, nurses, fire people, police, the people that work at Restaurant Depot, the people that work at Amazon, the people who this may be their only hot meal, the people who are making $6 an hour. So this meal means something to them because they need that money to carry home to their family. So needless to say, I made that 1,000. And before I could get to the 1,000, the Lord said, you need to do 2,000. So when I reached 2,000, then he said, I need you to do this until the end of the pandemic. So not only have we provided meals, we provided books, we provided PPE. I've also partnered with another person that has allowed me to come into their warehouse and get water and Gatorade and Pampers and all of those things that 30 million people are out of work right now. So my goal is to continue to serve as many people as I can. I'm not doing that. Most people didn't know for a long time who I even was because I just showed up serving. I didn't say, oh, I'm here bringing this for you. They just thought I was just a lady off the street coming in, bringing in food because that's what the Lord told me to do. We have to realize that we are the hands and feet of Jesus Christ. And we need to step outside of the titles and all the things. My most important job in my legacy is to make an impact on the world, to travel the world, gifting people anonymously, because only the name that they need to know is Jesus, not me, not Cheryl. So that's what Soul Reborn is about. That's what we've always been about. The pivot has blessed me tremendously because I didn't know in the natural that I was capable of providing meals for over 3,000 people and counting, 3,000 people and books and counting. And so right now, as I'm on, the caterer just delivered at 11 o'clock for another 55 people. Usually I go, but I couldn't go today. So she delivered for 55 people to a hospital in downtown Dallas. So that's what Soul Reborn is about, renewing people's soul, renewing the way that they see humanity, because we've gotten away from being kind. Absolutely. We really have. We have gotten away from being kind. We have gotten away from being generous. It's about me, me, me. What can I post on Instagram and show everybody and all of this stuff? We've got to get back to the place of serving. And that's why when people ask me, why is it that your businesses are so successful? I'll tell you why. Because I serve. I serve and I give. I serve and I don't ask. Because this I'll share with you. When you serve well, very rarely do you have to ask. You'll have people call you and say, hey, I have 1,000 cans of soda. I see you giving. So let me give these to you so you can take that off your bottom line. Hey, let me introduce you to this nonprofit that has $50 million endowment. Let me see if I can help you get $1,000 or $10,000. Why does that happen? Because when you serve, God will open doors for you that no man can close.
Absolutely. And you're gonna have me running around this living room in a minute. But when you said kindness, I had that conversation. Let me calm myself down. I had that very same conversation with one of my friends yesterday as I was driving. I mean, someone was just zooming. The guy, one person wouldn't even let me in. I said, okay, so you're just not going to let me come in, run me off the road, let me just be still so I can get onto the street. And I realized that it don't cost us anything to be kind. It costs us absolutely nothing. No thing to be kind. And you are absolutely right. I'm not sure, is it because of the pandemic or
it's not the pandemic,
the earth, but people are just not kind anymore.
It's not the pandemic per se. People have been gearing themselves toward this for a very long time. It's kind of like when somebody says, oh, when I get a lot of money, I'm going to do this, this, and this. This is what I'll tell you about money. Money only makes you more of who you are. So if you're a drug addict, you'll be a bigger drug addict. If you're a giver, you'll give more. If you're alcoholic, you'll be a bigger alcoholic. So where I'm going with this is people were already not being kind. It's just that COVID brought it out. It's like racism. What's going on in the country? The racism was already there. It's just that you have somebody now in power that condones it, so people are more comfortable being racist. So from a kindness perspective, people use COVID as, I can't be kind because I lost my job. My kids are acting up. And that's not the case. Because when kindness is in you, it's going to come out. It's like I said with money. If you're generous, you're going to be more generous. Whatever is in you, that's the message. Whatever is in you, when you are faced with controversy, that's what will come out. So if you curse people out all the time, it's going to come out. You're going to curse people out all the time. Whatever is in you is going to come out. And I have to tell you from my own personal experience, before I really got clear about who I was in Christ, I had gone through a situation and I just started being just hateful. And I realized, as nice as I thought I was, that hatefulness was in me. It's been many, many years ago, but it had to come out. And that's why I'm telling you, whatever is in you, when you're faced with something, it's going to come out. So Verna, if you're kind, more kindness is going to come out of you right now because it's who you are. That can-do-it spirit is going to come out of you because that's who you are. If you're a quitter, you're going to quit even more now because everything is about COVID. Oh, yeah. I would start my business if it wasn't for COVID. I would write my book if it wasn't for COVID. I would be out of debt if it wasn't for COVID. The thing is, if that was in you, whatever is in you is going to come out. So I want to encourage everybody. Sow kindness. Write it down on a sticky note. I am kind. Write it until you believe it. If you're hateful and you know you're hateful and you want to change it, your mind can change your entire life.
Absolutely.
I am kind. I am generous. I am thoughtful. I am prosperous. Everything I touch prospers and succeeds. I attract wealthy donors to the vision that God has given me. See, what you speak about, you bring about.
That's true. That's so true. That's so true. Put little sticky notes up. I know for me, I stand in the mirror and I encourage myself. Absolutely. I encourage myself standing in the mirror. I tell me this, that, and the other. That's my moment to encourage myself. So
we have to, right? We have to encourage ourselves. You know, we look for the world to, oh, Verna, you look so good. Oh, I love your book. It's the best. I don't need the world to tell me that. And it's not in arrogance, it's in confidence. I wake up in the morning and tell myself that I'm fit, fine, and muscular. I tell myself that everything assigned to me wins. And I say, good job, Cheryl. You go, girl. How many people right now in the world, they're waiting on their girlfriend or their husband or somebody to tell them you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're beautiful.
Yes.
Tell yourself, because if we wait on the world to endorse us, it'll never happen. Because somebody somewhere is going to tell you, you don't look good, or you look good for a dark-skinned girl, you look such and such. But I'm serious. How many times have people said that? Oh, you look good to be 50. That's not a compliment. So you have to tell yourself, when you're sure about yourself, people can't talk you out of your beauty, your purpose, your destiny, and your calling.
Absolutely. You are speaking. No, you are preaching today. I will have to keep myself calm because you are speaking to me. You are definitely preaching. Definitely preaching. We've learned so much about your organization. Now, I know you've written so many books, and all of them seem to be on the platform of Soul, SOLU. How did that get started?
I went through a difficult situation with just people who were not for me, just not for me. And it took me to a really low place, to a very low place, the lowest place I've ever been in my life. And so the Lord told me to sit down and be still. So as I began to just be still and be quiet, he began to speak to me. And I said, Lord, what is it that you want from me? You know, what do you want me to learn from this? And he said, Cheryl, I'm speaking into your soul. I'm renewing your soul.
Wow.
I'm renewing your soul.
Wow.
And I'm going to allow you to take what you have gone through and teach the world forgiveness.
Wow.
Because this is what the world needs to see. So as a result of him talking to me about my soul and renewing my soul, I did a book called Soul Reborn. And it was everything that the Lord had laid in my heart to encourage me. You are beautiful. Look for the R's: restored, refreshed, redeemed, renewed. All the things he gave me, I placed it in a book. So after I did that book, he said, Cheryl, he said, I can trust you. He said, because I told you to be still and be quiet. So I'm going to show you great and wonderful things. I'm going to elevate you in the eyes of the enemies that sought to destroy you. If you trust me, if you allow me to speak into your soul. So now, since you've written the book, I want you to help other women renew their soul. So do the Soul Reborn conference. So then I did the Soul Reborn conference. I thought I would have 50 people. We ended up with 250 women.
Wow.
As a result, my very first conference, 250 women. At that conference, when I tell you how God moved, he was so specific with me. I said, Lord, I'm not a decorator. What do you want me to do? He said, I want you to get white bird cages. So I went on Amazon. I ordered white bird cages. I said, well, what do you want me to do with the bird cages? He said, sit the bird cages in the middle of the table, put index cards inside. And when you get to the point in the conference where the women feel they've been set free, they'll reach into the bird cage, pull out the card, write out what they're forgiven, and then you burn it at the end.
Wow.
Nobody could do that but God. But it's because I allowed him to speak into my soul. And so as a result, it's Soul Reborn, Soul Bearer, Soul Talk, Sold Out, Soul to Soul, which is a couple's book. Everything is about the soul because that's where God is. It's a place where only God lies inside us. And so as a result of me following him, he speaks into my soul. The play that I did was Soul Purpose. And it just continues. And I want to just encourage people, when you listen and you walk out boldly what God is asking you to do, it makes a difference. And even the other books that's not related to soul, the Affirmations book. This Affirmations book, I read this every day. It's affirmed 365 positive thoughts and actions to start your day. And the Lord told me this year, he said, I want you to teach in a group for a whole year the art of affirmation. So last year in November, I put it out. People bought the book by the hundreds. So I have almost 300 people in a private group, and I go in there every day and teach them the power of their mind. The beautiful thing is, people are now sharing in the group. Oh, I got checks in the mail. My business is certified. My husband came back, because that's what they wrote down. I taught them how to write out what it is that you want to see. I taught them how to use their journal to speak life. So God gave me that affirmations book, but those affirmations came because I allowed God to minister and meditate into my soul for me to believe everything that he says about me and nothing that man says. That's why when people ask me, oh, I see you on social media, and people make comments, my answer to that, I don't slow down for people's negative comments, because I don't allow people, places, and things that are not even tied to my destiny to hold me up from what God has for me. So I cannot be distracted. In fact, the negative comments, they're beneath me. They're beneath me. So I don't get involved in that. And that's my answer for people who can't get past what somebody said about you. Because the bottom line is, whether you're doing phenomenal work or no work, people are always going to have something to say. But what I encourage you to do is, you don't be the biggest naysayer in your own life. You're talking yourself out of your hopes and dreams because you are in fear of what people are going to say. Stop worrying about what people are going to say and be more concerned about what God is going to say when you reach him. And he says, Cheryl, why didn't you do that specific thing? He don't want to hear about, well, Verna said I couldn't do
it. He don't want to hear it.
He doesn't want to hear that. And he's not going to hear it from me because you know what? I'm willing to do it alone. I'm the girl that's willing to do it alone. I'm the girl that's willing to do it afraid. I'm the girl that's willing to build the art while everybody is standing laughing, trying to figure out what's going on. When I have the Noah effect, I lead my life through the Noah effect. I build the art, get the animals, the books, and then when the storm comes, I can wave to everybody bye-bye that was telling me, oh, it'll never happen for you. Yeah. You don't know the right people. You don't have the money in the bank. I'm like, Noah effect, Noah effect. I don't even hear the people. I live my life like a racehorse. I don't look to the left or the right. I just look straight ahead because when I'm looking left and right, I'm going to lose my place. I'm going to get distracted, right? That's like when a runner is running a race and they look to the side, what happens? They go over the line and they scratch and they get disqualified. I don't want to get disqualified. So I'm going to look straight ahead, and straight ahead is where God is leading me. Left and right is where man is leading me to take me off the path of writing the books, doing the films, doing the plays. I want to encourage somebody. Do it afraid.
Do it afraid.
Do it when you're uncomfortable, because growth comes when you are uncomfortable. When you're comfortable, you're not growing. You're just doing the same thing over and over and over. If you feel a little bit uncomfortable, know that you're growing. You're birthing something. And God will send the midwives around you in order to birth that thing that he has in you.
Wow. Wow. You talked about affirmation. When I have two boys, they're in their 30s or something. They're 30 plus. My mother said, you don't have two kids and you can't keep up. I couldn't keep up with them. But when they was younger, one scripture that they really did learn, I can do all things through Christ. I would teach them, do it. Don't do what your peers are doing. Don't do what the group is doing. You have to dare to be different.
Absolutely.
Dare to be different. You be the trendsetter. Don't be following somebody else. You do it. You do the things that you enjoy, and don't allow someone else to try to persuade you to do something differently. I can remember when my youngest was headed to Full Sail, and he might have been in his early 20s. And one of his friends was like, man, you getting ready to go out and do da-da-da-da-da. Come on, let's have one more night. He said, no, I think I'm going to just go and stay here with my mom. And I was like, I'm not. And then when we got in our quiet place, he said, I wasn't going, Mom. I got too much going on right now. I'm sticking to the plan. And I was so happy for him that he decided to go against the grain, not to go out and celebrate before the celebration actually came. That he knew that had he gone out, something could happen and shut down everything. Thank you, God, that God had for him and before him. I was so glad. So affirmation is a great thing. If you can get in here, I am, I can, I will, I shall. And you just solidified everything. Do it afraid.
Do it afraid. And it's just like when you said in the word of God, it says, I can do all things. And that's a powerful statement, because if you think about it, it didn't follow with except for. It didn't say I can do all things except for. It didn't say I can do all things in spite, whatever. This is what I like. It didn't say I can do some things. It says I can do all things. And that's what I teach my children from the time that they could read and write. I said, when you go into class, put an A on your paper, because when you can see that it's already there, that's what you have an expectation of. I taught them to stop saying, oh, I didn't do this, so this is going to happen. I said, why don't you talk about what you want to see happen as opposed to what you don't want to see happen? It's like when people go to their mailbox and say, I'm not going to the mail today because I only get bills. That's what you're going to get. I go to the mailbox every day because every day I write, I receive checks in the mail. I receive preferential treatment. My bank accounts are full. I don't speak lack over my life. And I don't allow people to speak lack over my life. Oh, girl, that'll never happen for you. I don't even acknowledge that they said that. I don't even give that seed room to grow. And that's what we have to do. We can't give negativity and toxicness room to grow in our lives. We have to water seeds of positivity. We have to water what we want and starve what we don't.
The same seeds you sow will be the same seeds you reap.
Yep.
If you're sowing something negative, you're definitely going to reap it. If you're sowing discourse, I can't, and can't was, I told my boys, can't is not part of your vocabulary.
Absolutely. And it'll never happen for me.
Yes.
People say that all the time. Oh, that's Tyler Perry. It'll never happen for me. I'm sure Tyler Perry had a time when there was nobody coming to his plays and all of these things where he wanted to say that, but the fact that he didn't is why he's now on the billionaires list, because even when it was two people, he saw the two people as 2,000. And that's what we have to see for all the authors and dreamers and all of those people out there. You have to see your book sold. You have to see yourself debt-free. And in order for the people who talk about, I want to be debt-free, first of all, you need to know how much you owe. People are scared to open their mail and know how much they owe. But this, I want to tell you, you'll never know when you're out of debt if you don't know what you owe. The other thing is, if you want to get out of debt, stay out of people's stores. People don't always like me to say that, but the thing is, anybody who invites me on, they know that I'm going to speak the truth. Because when I made the decision to do certain things, I knew certain other things had to go away. That's like if I set a book goal for the month and I said, okay, I'm gonna sell 1,000 books. I already know how much money I'm gonna make when I sell 1,000 books. How am I gonna sell the 1,000 books? What markets do I need to get? How often see, you gotta have a plan. You have to, when you say what you're going to do, you got to see it already happening. So I already see the 1,000 books sold. So I prepare for that. Make sure I have 1,000 envelopes, 1,000 books, because it makes it real. I'm a realist. If you say that you're doing a play, start writing it. If you say that you're going to get married, start preparing. Write down what you want in a mate. Start sleeping on one side of the bed. Clean out your closet and just have your stuff on one side. That's preparation.
It is preparation.
You believe that this thing is going to come to pass. So you start leading your life that way. If you say, I'm going to get my doctorate degree, go ahead and pick out what school you're going to. Start saving the money. Start applying for the grants, because see, that's what makes it real. Other than that, it's like a vision board. Doing a vision board is beautiful, but you don't believe anything on it because you're not even working towards it. You don't even have it up where you can see it. You go to a party, make this beautiful board, present it, and nothing is accomplished because you packed it away in a closet. You're not looking at it. You don't know what's on it. You don't even remember what you wrote. But when you have it out where you can see your dreams, bless you, when you can see your dreams come to pass, that's the game changer. The game changer.
Excuse me.
Absolutely, sister.
I'm getting choked.
See, they knew something good was about to take place, so it's like, okay, let me choke her up. But know what? God bless my sister right now. Father, just heal her, stop her cough. I thank you, I praise you, and I honor you, because we want this information to get out into the world to help somebody. And that's the goal. And Verna, I'm grateful that you take this on to 2008 to just share with the world your gifts and your talents and and wanting to see people succeed and inviting us on to share our dreams and our goals and our purpose. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing to serve alongside you. It's a blessing to just be in this moment with you, in sisterhood and fellowship, and just afforded the opportunity to just share and just be completely transparent in hopes that it will help somebody else from a business perspective, from a personal perspective, and from the knowledge of knowing that you can do anything that you set your mind to. Anything you can conceive in your mind and it leaves your mouth, it will manifest in your life. So if you're sick, start thinking about being well. If you're overweight or you feel you're overweight, start seeing yourself at your ideal weight and healthy. If you lack resources, start seeing the resources in your account. I have a check on my vision board. I'm looking at it. It says, at first I wrote several 100,000, then millions, and then I just wrote unlimited funds on it because I want unlimited funds. I don't write what I don't want. I write what I do want. Several years ago, I was writing, I'm a millionaire. Recently, I started writing, I'm a billionaire, because I believe that. And I don't need anybody to endorse it for me. If I believe it, that's the only person that needs to believe it. I don't have to try to convince other people when I know it for myself. And that's a part of people changing their lives and changing the course of their lives. It's through their mind and their mouth. Mind and mouth manifest.
Thank you so much. I'm not, I must have something to say, and he didn't want it to come out. I was like, whoa, what is going on here? But I was about to ask you about your first film that you completed.
I was blessed to actually work on a film project with award-winning director Deborah Riley Draper, who actually just signed on to do Coffee Will Make You Black with Gabrielle Union and Octavia Spencer. We worked on a film called Illegal Rose, and that was starring Jasmine Guy. And that film tackled illegal immigration. We looked and we saw everything that was going on at the border in different cities and how the children and the parents were being treated. And we realized that the world thinks that it's just one set of people that this is happening to, but it's not. It is Jamaicans, Haitians, it's happening to everybody. But the world would have you believe that, okay, this is just one race of people, but it's happening to all of us. So we decided that we wanted to do a film to bring attention to it. And at the end of the film, we give information to share with people what they can do to help, where they can adopt some of these children and help them get out of the detention centers. So with that particular film, Jasmine Guy actually won actress, best actor at the Downtown LA Film Festival. The film was invited into about 16 film festivals. In fact, the end of this month, it'll be in the Roxbury Film Festival, and Deborah Riley Draper and Jasmine Guy will actually be doing a panel on the film Illegal Rose. So we're really excited about the film is still just being watched. It actually released on, I believe it's Flickr, where you can download it. It's out. It's an Australian company, and we're working on some other projects I'm excited about. We'll be able to share those in January, and it's a really big project that will really put me on the map as an executive producer. So I'm excited about that. And then on my birthday, which was on Monday, it's right here on my desk. My film partner and I, we finished our script for my movie, Saving Clarissa. And so we're going to be filming that movie next year, 2021, hopefully October, in Dallas, Texas. So I'm excited about that. And we're working on a film that's titled another play. And it's titled Soul Something. I'm not going to give the other part yet, but we're really excited about that. So a lot of great things in the works. And I have 3 more books that are coming out in 2021. Sold Out is coming out, and that's 24 co-authors. And then I have Soulful Affirmations. That's going to be a part two of this book, except I extended the opportunity to some amazing people. So they're writing their affirmations in the book, and it's called Soulful Affirmations. And then I have a third book that I am releasing, which is a standalone book, because so many people have asked me, how are you able to get people to participate and do so many things with you? So I decided to write a book about service and gratitude and relational currency. And I'm just really excited about it. And I want everybody to also stay tuned, because we've designed an affirmed bracelet that will be going into pre-sale sometime in November, which is a part of the Affirmed book, because so many people, like I said, over 300 people are in that private group right now online, and we're talking about the power of affirmation. So the Holy Spirit has instructed me to keep extending that. So I'll be ordering the book in hard copy, and there'll be an Affirmed box and bracelets and journal books. And I realize the power of affirmations is what will get people to the other side. When you affirm yourself and you can see it written up all around you, it makes a difference in your life. And this book has really helped so many people. I'm going to have people share their testimonies, written testimonies, because it's unbelievable, because they said they didn't have that mindset before until they started doing this book. And now they know how powerful affirmations and declarations are.
You said relational
currency.
Yes. Expound on that one. I like that.
Okay, what relationship or relational currency is? It's when you're it's kind of like this right now. What this is, we're building relational currency. So my yes to you, we're to do the interview, we're building our relationship. So I'm not going to come back 6 months from now and say, oh, Verna, when I did your show, now I want you to buy 15 copies of my book. When we work on building and lifting each other, then it'll come a time where you'll have an opportunity. I won't even have to call you. You'll remember, oh, Cheryl did my interview. I just called her. She said, yes, let me tell her about this TEDx talk that's coming up. I think she would be great because I remember her from the video. And I will share with you the value of relational currency is priceless. My relational currency has landed me 3 times at the Women of Power Summit with the CEO and president of the Dallas Mavericks, St. Marshall. My relational currency has allowed me to be AARP, to be the presenting sponsor for my show that starts next week, the Soul Series. So sessions, conversations for AARP and Cafe Mocha. It happened because of relationships. It's not because of anything else. So I was pouring in to organizations not expecting anything. And when the opportunity opened up, the person, and I have to give homage to Sheila Eldridge, she called me, but I gave her my books with no expectation. We were in a meeting. I gave her my books. The pandemic happened. She had time to read my books. She called me and she said, Cheryl, you are the perfect person for the Salute Her Soul series sessions.
Wow.
Now, I pitched her last year in November. It took all this time, fast forward, but all that time, I kept promoting her shows. I kept sending her words of affirmation. I kept speaking life into her business. So I never said, oh, I'm doing this so you'll do. The Lord moved on her. And so that happened. And then she pitched the show to AARP, and AARP said, oh, we'll be the presenters of the show. And then it went from the presenters of the show to now AARP is putting the show on their platform. So you're talking about millions of viewers on that platform. And so it's all because of relational currency. So I want to encourage people, please stop inboxing people that you don't know, asking them to be your mentor and your sponsor. You have got to sow and serve before you ask people for anything. Your book is coming out, but you don't have any relationship with people, but you're inboxing, buy my book, be a sponsor, but you haven't given anything. You haven't done anything. We have got to get to the point where we start building relationships and stop using people or thinking you're using people, because people don't like when you inbox them and they have no relationship with you whatsoever. And you're saying, hey, I think it would be great to be my mentor, because you know what it is? A lot of times, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but I like to tell people the truth. A lot of times when people inbox you and they say, oh, I want you to be my sponsor, and they know that you coach people, they don't want you to be their mentor. That's code for free coaching.
Oh.
They want you to coach them for free, because most of the time you don't even know, people don't even know that much about you to say, hey, I want you to be my mentor. It's like going to a networking function and you give out your business card to everybody in the room. Well, you don't even know if you all have anything in common. And that's a business 101 lesson for people. Stop giving out your business card to every single person in the room before you take time to know, is this going to be a mutual thing? Do you all have anything in common at all? Because what happens is you waste your money giving people your business card who are going to throw it in the trash because you built no rapport with them before you shoved your business card in their hand. And then they see you just going from person to person, shoving your business card. That's not networking. That's losing money. That's not a good impression, because people are watching you do this.
Wow.
So that's relational currency. It works. I can tell you it works. It's opened major doors for me. The fact that I'm willing to serve without asking. And when you serve well, very rarely do you have to ask. People will call you and say, hey, I know somebody that has $5,000 available for a nonprofit. You should apply for this grant. And that's the way it happens. But it's based on relational currency, not using people, not following people on social media and then blowing up their inbox about everything you want from them. Oh, I see that you're doing such and such. You should join my team.
I really hate that. Oh, I see you. Oh, I see what you are. Oh, I see what you do.
I'm going to tell you, it hurts my soul. And I want to clarify that, because when people do things like that, they don't even see a lot of times any value in what they have to bring to the table. It's kind of like presenting your resume on a dirty trash can lid. You don't want to do that. You want to present as best as possible. So I want to encourage those who want to make relationships, be genuine. Yeah. Don't immediately approach people with what you need from them. Oh, I want you to speak at my event. I'm charging $500 per person, but I want you to speak for free. Or I want you to come and speak for experience. But they already told you, I'm following you on social media. I see everything that you have going on. I see that you've spoken at the Congressional Black Caucus, the NAACP conference, keynote at the National Dental Association, but I want you to come and speak at my conference. It'll be a great experience. People don't need any more experience. They need payment.
They do not.
People like that don't need any more experience. They need payment. Experience is not going to help them take another class or keep their doors open. It's just not. And so it's hard for people to hear that sometimes, but I just have to tell people the truth. People speak at places that they want to speak for free. But please stop telling people that you're charging people $200, $500 to attend conferences, but you want the speaker to come and speak for free. Not me anyway. I can't speak for anybody else but me. And again, sometimes it's hard for people to hear that, Verna, but I'm a truth teller. And I don't like to sugarcoat and pretend with people like this is not it, because some people won't tell you the truth. They'll say it behind your back, but they won't say it like up front, like what I'm saying right now. Stop calling people who are professional speakers saying, come and speak for experience, or come speak on my platform, and it's
Charge you.
charge you, and
Charge
it's 5 people in the room.
They charge you. Or I think when I first encountered come and be my guest, and I've always thought a guest was an actual guest.
Right.
But I had no idea when the person said, come and be my guest. The next one was the tickets are.
Right.
So I was a little bit confused.
Taking a break. We just
Yeah,
have
I
to
was
be
like,
open and honest. We
yeah,
should be open and honest and transparent in business. And I think that's the best way to keep our company solvent, is when we're open and honest and transparent, and we shoot straight from the hip. This is what it is. Are you interested, et cetera, et cetera. And then people can make good business decisions. So I'm not knocking, let me be clear. I'm not knocking anybody's business. If that's the way that they do business, when they say, oh, come and speak to be on this platform, I'm not knocking that. That's up to them. All I'm saying is that's not what I do. And then I'm also saying that, think about, if you're charging, don't call 10 and 15 speakers to come and speak, and then you say, well, we can't pay you, but you're charging all this money. It doesn't go together, and it doesn't make people, it doesn't make people feel good. And so that has happened to me many, 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 many times, and it's not a good feeling. Or people pretend that is one thing and then it's really something else. And we can't do business that way. No. Let's be honest and open with one another about what the expectation is. If I pay you $1,500 to build the website, then this is what the expectation is. And we need to start getting things. I'm big on, and I learned this lesson, get everything in writing. So it's no misunderstanding. I don't care if it's your mother, your cousin, whomever it is, be clear about, if you do this, I'm going to pay you this. This is what's going to happen, so on and so forth. Get it in writing. That way it's no misunderstanding. It's no miscommunication. Nobody is upset. Get it in writing. That's the best thing, so that everybody knows what the expectation is. And that's speaking, website, whatever it is. If you pay $300, you're going to get an hour. If you don't show up, you have forfeited the money, because the time was set aside for you to be on at this time, and you tried to cancel within 10 minutes. So when you have that clarity or in writing, then it's no misunderstanding.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever. It has definitely been a pleasure speaking to you, having you on our show, sharing all of this great wisdom, learning. I've learned some new words today. I've learned so much, and I'm a sponge, so I soak it up.
That's awesome.
I actually do. We have definitely enjoyed having you on the show and learning about you and everything, all the hats that you wear, and my hat off to you with everything that you have going on. Right now, at this very moment, if you had anything to share with a young person who perhaps may want to get into film, playwriting, writing their first book, what would you share with them?
I would encourage them to just start writing. Don't correct it. Don't edit it. Don't send it to your closest friend to ask them what they think about it. Just start writing. For free resources, I would recommend going to Sundance. They have free classes. For people who are looking to start businesses, the Small Business Administration has tons and tons of free resources. You can get a counselor. You can become a part of the Mentor Protege program. And I would encourage everybody to scout out and look for mentors and sponsors, but serve first. Because when you serve well, somebody will say to you, hey, Verna, I met you at such and such event. I know you're interested in film. This film company is coming to town. I want to see if you're interested in working backstage. It'll give you experience until you get in position for them to pay you because you know what you're doing.
Great information. Great information. Well, I hate to let you go, but I know that I have to because I'm enjoying the conversation. And until next time, Ms. Cheryl, we will definitely see you again. And thank you so very much for coming on to the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if I could just say one last thing, if anybody is interested in following, you can reach me or follow me on Instagram at Cheryl PW Speaks or on my website at CherylPWilliamson.com to download free 30 days of affirmations. CherylPWilliamson.com for 30 days of free affirmations.
Thank you. I'm sorry that I forgot to ask that, but thank you so very much. So
thank you.
Thank you. We will see you again.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We're so excited. We had such a great conversation with Ms. Cheryl Williamson. Awesome guest. And as always, we always end with a scripture. We're reading from Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence by Miss Sarah Young. And today being September the 19th, and it reads, there is a mighty battle going on for control of your mind. Heaven and earth intersect in your mind. The tug of both spheres influence your thinking. I created you with capacity to experience foretastes of heaven. When you shut out the world and focus on my presence, you can enjoy sitting with me in heavenly realms. This is an incredible privilege reserved for precious ones who belongs to me and seek my face. Your greatest strength is your desire to spend time communing with me. As you concentrate on me, the Spirit fills your mind with life and peace. The world exerts a downward pull on your thoughts. Media bombard you with greed, lust, and cynicism. When you face these things, pray for protection and discernment. Stay in continual communication with me whenever you walk through the wasteland of this world. Refuse to worry because this form of worldliness will weigh you down and block awareness of my presence. Stay alert, recognizing the battle been waged against your mind. Look forward to an eternity of strife-free living reserved for you in heaven. And the scriptures are Ephesians 2:6, Psalms 27:8, Romans 8:6, 1 John 2nd chapter, 15th through the 17th verse. And again, thank you for tuning in to OPM Live, which is an extension of Ordinary People magazine. Be blessed and have an awesome day.